I've just moments ago finished making videos for how to do a table for a limit on a TI-84 and on Desmos, and it occurs to me maybe I should do one for the Inspire as well. So, because I demonstrated this in class, also thought maybe you could have this as reference. So here you go. We're going to start out with a calculator page. And the first thing to do is define the thing you're finding the limit of. Doesn't matter what name you give it. I'm going to call it f, I guess, of t. But I want this to be a function, some function of t. And I'm going to do that with menu, actions, that's menu 1, define. And I want that to be f of t equals. And then I'll make a fraction with the control division and type exactly what you see there. 4.9 times 3.2 to the second power minus 4.9 t squared. Notice the variable t has to match the variable t. It's easiest just to match what's in the problem here, but it really matters that if you're going to use a t here, that your t is your input. And then this denominator, 3.2 minus t, and there it is. And done means, okay, I know what you're talking about. Then I need to make a table on a page for tables. And if you add a page, none of these says tables, but lists and spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are like big tables. So choose that. This is not a table. If you go to menu and then table, at this point your only choice is, hey, would you like to make it a table? And yes, thank you. It also asks you what function would you like to use, and right now there's only one function defined in this document, so I'll hit enter. If there were another one, I could choose from the list. And here we go. Now this defaults to using numbers that are not the ones I want. They're okay, but they're not these, 3.0, 3.1. So the way to fix that is, again, with menu, because it's an Inspire, and table settings. In table settings, I'm going to leave the first two things alone and tab down until I get to the independent, and then I'll arrow to the right and choose ask. I cannot think of any good reason to choose anything but automatic for dependent, but ask for independent is probably what you want for a limit. Then OK. And this column is cleared out, ready for me to type values like 3.0 and 3.1 and 3.15 and 3.19. You'll see that we're seeing exactly the same results. If I go to 3.199, 3.1999, you start to see that here it increased the number of places, and here it did not. If I put my cursor over this one, you can see there's actually more digits available at the bottom. So if you think there's more digits than what you see, scroll over, maybe you'll find there's more. There's also a rounding thing that happens, and I'm sure we'll run into that in class. If I actually type 3.2, we're going to get an error here. It's called, it's undef, which is undefined, hashtag undef. And that makes sense. If t were 3.2, this denominator would be 0, and of course you can't divide by 0. But that's why we have calculus to find limits. So I hope that is useful for you.